Has the police commissioner of Bengaluru been made a scapegoat in this case? Joining me now, Tara Krishnaswamy is co-founder Citizens for Bengaluru. She joins us live. I also earlier spoke to Mohandas Pai, Chairman Areen Capital and also a proud Bengalurian. I also hope to be joined by A.S. Ponnanna, legal advisor to the Chief Minister, Mr. Siddaramaiah. But to you, Mohandas Pai first. 11 people dead in that stampede during the celebrations to mark the victory of RCB in IPL. A stampede of this kind is the last thing one would expect in a city that calls itself a future IT city. Today, what will you tell those in power who seem to be passing the buck, Mr. Pai?
No, I think what happened was a great tragedy. It should not have happened, and all of us are shocked and devastated. Losing 11 people to a stampede is unacceptable. There were small children, people who have come from outside, people who have been there for a long period of time. And I think all of us are feeling so sad and upset that this could have happened in Bangalore. It should not happen anywhere. Every life is precious. And I think, we must inquire into what happened. And the crowd did not collect just in 5-10 minutes. The crowd collected over 2 or 3 hours. And please remember, the event happened first in Vidhan Sauda, where reportedly 1 lakh people were there. And then it moved from Vidhan Sauda to the stadium. But now some people are saying that this stampede happened around 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock, much earlier than the celebration in the stadium. So we don't know. We have to get the inquiry done to find out the sequence of event. When did people begin to gather? How many people were there? How many policemen were there? What happened? Why were there not enough policemen? Why was there no particular bandobast? Were enough ambulances there? Was the first aid center there? Was help given to people? What exactly happened? We don't know. We're getting sketchy details. And the celebration went on. It's a great tragedy. So I think we should have an inquiry to find out the sequence of event. And those people who are negligent in their duties to manage should face some punishment. But we have to wait for the inquiry to happen. But it's a great tragedy and all of us are devastated.
No, you're mentioning time and again that first, Mr. Pai, the inquiry must happen. But already the city police commissioner, several other police officers in the Cubbon Park area suspended. Do you fear or agree that the policemen have been made the scapegoats for what decisions were taken by the political leadership? They gave the green signal.
The local policemen who are in charge of that particular area obviously did not react in time, did not call for reinforcement, did not do the job for whatever we can see right now. We don't know the details, but it looks very obvious, so they must be held accountable. But the police commissioner should not be suspended. He's a man who's in charge of the entire city, and if he knew or was possibly told that is happening, he would have got for reinforcement. Now, he's gone on record to say that permission has not been given by the police. When permission has not been given for the police, it is not supposed to be held. So I don't know whether the police were prepared. So I think there's an inquiry. But you unnecessarily suspend a very senior person who's done his job according to whatever we know. You send a wrong message to all the police people, then they will overreact the next time. Next time any gathering is there, they'll overreact. They'll call everybody and they will take stern action against people, which is not something that should be done. And even arresting the RCB and DNA people, going after the KSCA people right now, I think is premature. We must have the inquiry, and in case you find they're done wrong, yes, please proceed against them. By having a FIR lodged against them, that is okay. But the FIR should be very clear. Based upon data, should not have statements which are wrong and fixing responsibility for them, because KSCA has gone to court from whatever we know to say that the government insisted on the celebration, not them. And I think arresting these people will have a chilling effect on liberty in the state, because you're arresting these people, but putting them behind bars, and tomorrow they turn out to be innocent, they're not responsible. What happens to them? I think it's very important to be very careful before arresting people. You file an FIR, they let the inquiry go on, have an inquiry, and then if you find that there has been dereliction of duty, they're not done the job, then of course you have to fix responsibility. But I think you got to be very, very careful in arrest all over. All of the country now, there is a mood of arrest first and discuss later, which is very wrong.
I want to be joined, since you're saying the general tendency seems to be arrest first and then then have a proper inquiry, if at all. I'm joined at this moment by Mr. Ponnanna. He is the legal advisor to the Chief Minister, Mr. Siddaramaiah. Mr. Ponnanna, you might have heard Mohandas Pai there telling us on the show that he believes that surely there should first be the inquiry before you end up suspending a police commissioner, someone of that seniority. Is this simply the government trying to find scapegoats for their own failures?
Rajib, I heard him very briefly with regard to how the arrests must take place. But while answering your question, let us be clear on a few facts. Now, the police are part of the government. Police can't be a different entity than the government. Therefore, the entire celebration that took place at the Chinnaswamy Stadium was a private affair. It was DNA, RCB, and the Karnataka State Cricket Association, which jointly made a request on the 3rd that they would want to celebrate the victory of the Royal Challengers Bangalore and therefore allow us to carry out the celebration in the Karnataka State Cricket Association. Now that application, which went to the Commissioner of Police, has not been dealt with. Either the application had to be accepted, permission granted by imposing certain conditions, by ascertaining what is the number of people who are going to arrive at the venue, by ascertaining so many other facts. But the application remains pending, was not decided.
One minute, Mr. Ponnanna.
Just hear me out.
No, 1 minute.
No, just hear me out.
No, 1 minute. You're telling me that the application to hold a ceremony at Chinnaswamy Stadium was never cleared by the police. Then please explain to me what was DK Shivkumar, the Deputy Chief Minister, doing inside the stadium, holding the trophy, felicitating the players, even as there was police bandobast outside. Are you telling me that all of this was done without police permission?
No, let us not mix up the issue. If you permit me, I will just take 2 seconds of your time to explain, because at the end of the day, the perception that is being created by the media and the facts are two different things. Now let us try and understand the facts if people want to know the truth. The truth of the matter is that the application was never decided. But bandobast facilities were provided by the police. Now, if things had gone well, obviously nothing would have happened. But things have gone drastically wrong. We are in the face of a tragedy.
No, Mr. Ponnanna, are we saying, Mr. Ponnanna, are we saying a gathering of this magnitude was done without police permission? I mean, is the attempt being made to put all the blame now on RCB and KSCA and the government of Karnataka, or the police has nothing to do with it?
Now, what do you want? You want the entire blame to be on the government? If that is going to make you happy, then so
no,
be
law,
it.
no.
But
Law and order, sir.
I'm
I am saying law and order is a state subject.
Now, are you even going to want to know the facts? Because, see, end of the day, we are all equally in a state of mourning.
Yes,
the
sir,
point remains, why this action was taken against the police personnel is what you are questioning, and it's what I'm trying to answer.
Please tell me why then.
This is
why?
exactly what I'm trying to answer.
Why was the police commissioner suspended?
3rd evening or whatever time on 3rd, an application is made seeking permission by private agencies to celebrate the possible victory of the Royal Challengers Bangalore at the KSCA Stadium venue. Now, this is not a matter which was brought to the notice of either the Home Minister or the Chief Minister. Neither did the police clear that application, nor did they reject that application. They claim that they were in the middle of bandobast for the cricket match which took place the previous day, and all the revelers who had watched this match in various places were out on the street celebrating the victory. Therefore, they were up till 4 in the morning. They did not decide anything. 7 in the morning, RCB puts up a post that we are having this celebration. There is no entry cost. Please come to KSCA Stadium in large numbers and celebrate the victory of RCB. This is at 7 a.m. in the morning. Nobody has given them any permission so far. Now people started coming in large numbers. Police were compelled to provide bandobast because the numbers were turning out.
I still ask you, you've given me the chronology very well, but I still ask you, why is the police commissioner then suspended? He has not given the
Because
permission. In fact, he has
his-
told reporters that I wanted the function to be held on Sunday, not on Wednesday. I wanted it to be held
Whom?
4 days later.
To whom did he tell? He should have told those who had come to him for permission that I am not in a position, the police are not in a position to provide bandobast. You cannot have this function, have it 4 days later. Or he must
is
have
what he
briefed the chief
reportedly
minister
said.
and.
This is
No,
what
where
he
is it, sir?
reportedly said.
No, let us have things on record, Rajdeep. We are here, we are trying to answer certain critical questions. I can't say from hearsay what he has said. Now, he was not
Okay.
able to answer this. He was not able to answer the chief minister why this application, which was not decided, was not brought to the notice of the chief minister. Why was it not brought to the notice of the chief minister that they are not in a position to give bandobast? How is he to know?
Are you
How
telling
is
me
the Home
that the
Minister
chief...
said
No,
no?
Are you telling me that the chief minister who's just held a function in Vidhan Sauda doesn't know that another function is going to take place at Chinnaswamy Stadium shortly afterwards? He doesn't know about it?
Sir, till 4 in the morning. This is exactly why, heads have rolled. Now, you cannot
No.
assume and presume that everything is known to him. You see,
The Home
the
Minister
Commissioner
does not
of
know that
Police
the Home
and the
Minister...
police.
The Home Minister should resign. If the Home Minister does not know
Why?
that police permission has not been granted and a function of this scale is being
No,
held,
that
then
is
he
that
should
is why
resign.
suspensions have taken place, because the Home Minister ought to have been briefed. How is he to know?
No, they sacked
He
the
is to
Home
know
Minister then.
provided the police come and brief him.
Sir, the
The
Home
police
Minister has no
should have come to the
responsibility. Home Minister has no responsibility.
Why, sir, please
The
try and
police
understand.
commissioner reports to the Home Minister.
Let us be logical. That is why, because he did not report to the Home Minister, did not report to the Chief Minister as is required, is why he is under suspension. Now,
Okay.
you asked me a question, why he is suspended. I am saying this is why he is suspended, and you say that the Home Minister is not accountable. Home Minister is accountable, provided the Commissioner of Police had briefed him. There is a hierarchy in the department. He does not brief him, he pays the price for it.
Can I for a moment bring in Tara Krishnaswamy? You've heard Mr. Ponnanna saying, look, the Chief Minister, Home Minister were kept in the dark by the Police Commissioner, or that the Police Commissioner did not inform the Chief Minister or Home Minister what exactly was happening. Do you buy this argument, or do you believe that the Police Commissioner, by all accounts a very fine officer, has been made a scapegoat?
Rajdeep, I want to make two
No,
or three
Rajdeep,
points.
let us not get into this kind of an
One
inquiry
minute, sir,
here.
1 minute.
Now, the
Let's hear
Commissioner
a
of
citizen
Police-
voice. I'll come back to
Well,
you.
the Commissioner of Police is not there to answer this question. How does she is going to answer the question that she is briefed or not?
No.
See, in
Okay,
fact,
sir.
I can tell you on record that the Commissioner of Police informed the Home Minister at 7:30 in the morning that he will be unable to brief him because he has been up in the night till 4 trying to control the revelers who are celebrating the victory of RCB. So he
Sir,
did
I
not
take-
even do his morning briefing. This is
Sir,
just that you know. And
I take all your point. My only point is, if that is the case, why the hell was the function then allowed to go ahead? Sorry to use strong language. Why the hell was that function allowed to go? It's criminal negligence then. If no permission has been officially given, RCB, KSCA are holding a function just a few kilometers away from Vidhan Sauda, and you are telling me that the Home Minister of Karnataka is in the dark?
this is exactly. Have you read the suspension order?
Sir, I have read the suspension order. My
you ordered
limited
order of
point is,
suspension?
I am sorry, the
So
Home
therefore,
Minister of
sir-
Karnataka cannot escape responsibility like this. With due regard, sir. With due regard, sir. The Home Minister of Karnataka cannot say, I didn't know that such a big function is taking place when just before that Vidhan Sauda is having an equally grand function. I didn't know that permission has not been given. How can he say
No,
that,
you're
sir?
not. You're not. See, let us not.
Okay, I'm losing your audio for a moment. Tara Krishnaswamy,
Oh,
quickly
fine. You're
respond.
not getting
Do you
the
believe that the
point
Home Minister is avoiding responsibility? Quickly, Tara.
Rajdeep, I'll say two things. One is that the political responsibility, accountability, resignations happen in the context of the political culture of the country at this moment. At this moment, whether it is Manipur, whether it is railway accidents, whether it is security failure at the border, there is no culture of resignation left in this country. There is no culture of responsibility, accountability at the political level left. It always happens in the current context, right? We must remember that. That is number one. Whether specific individuals, the Home Minister, the Chief Minister is responsible, that we will have to wait for the inquiry. But the general notion of taking responsibility and voluntarily resigning, that culture is no longer there. It is gone for the past several years.
But someone has
Now,
to set an
second
example.
thing-
Someone has to set an example. My
The second
limited
thing-
point
the-
is,
the
it is
second
very
thing-
easy to suspend the police commissioner. It is the easiest thing to do.
No,
I'm
it is
coming to
not
that,
easy to
Rajdeep. I'm
suspend a
coming to
police
that. The
commissioner.
second thing I want to say, sir,
There is
one
no
second.
precedent
The
of a police
second,
commissioner
Mr.
being
Ponnana,
suspended.
one second. I waited patiently. The second thing I want to say is this. As citizens, we have protested against government, or we have petitioned the government on many occasions. In each of these occasions, we are required by law to go seek permission. Actually, the law allows, there's a freedom of protest. Regardless, we are required to go and seek permission from the police in order to be able to gather on the streets. Even if you're not protesting, even if you're gathering just for a tree plantation, if 50 people are going to gather, you
Yes.
have to get permission. In this case, there is a private entity, RCB, there is the BCCI that owns the IPL. All of these people make thousands of crores. The BCCI doesn't pay a single penny, okay? And you're going to gather lakhs and lakhs of people, and you expect taxpayers to provide security for that. And ostensibly, you have not been given permission. I want to, for a minute, ask the question, why we are letting the private entities, for-profit entities, take a walk in the park?
No,
Why is it we're not holding them accountable?
1 minute, Tara Krishnaswamy. That's where I'll stop you. The private entities are now under the scanner. RCB's marketing manager has been arrested. KSCA officials have been named in the
I'm
FIR.
making a different point,
My
Rajdeep.
limited
I'm asking,
point.
that's not the
my
point I'm making.
limited
The
point
point
in
I'm
our
making-
system at
the
the end of the
point I'm
day.
making
1
is
minute.
what gives them
the police
what
commissioner
gives them
reports to the
right
Home
to
Minister.
expect- What gives them the right to expect that the city and the taxpayers will fund bandobast for 3 lakh, 5 lakh people? Why is
Madam,
that for a
you're-
celebration we have to fund it?
Madam, the private entity also is paying a price. My point is the only person getting away from this is the political executive.
I'm not
That's
talking
my
about the
question.
price after the accident. I'm asking if I hold a wedding, I can expect 5 police officers outside just because people are gathering. But what if I invite 3 lakh people? Is the city going to provide security for me? Why is
Okay.
the city? My question is not after it goes wrong whether I'm held accountable. My question is, on what basis does a for-profit private entity expect the city to regulate this whole thing, shut off all the streets, every
Okay.
metro is overflowing? Why is that okay, I'm asking?
Okay,
Why
you've
is
raised a
it
very
that we're
valid,
even
you've
sick-
raised a very,
Yeah.
ma'am, you've raised a valid
2,200
point.
crores they make.
Okay, you've raised a valid point. I'm going to give Mr. Ponnana one last opportunity to respond. Mr. Ponnana, the general impression is that it is very easy. You said as a police commissioner has never been suspended. My sense is this is a knee-jerk reaction taken to protect the political class by showing that you have done something. Why should he be held responsible?
I will
Clearly, when the
just-
deputy chief minister is holding the trophy in the Chinnaswamy Stadium, he doesn't know, Mr. Shiv Kumar doesn't know that police permission has not been granted? Come on.
So what do you want me to answer? Why Dr. DK Shivkumar participated in the function?
No,
or
my
why-
point is, why doesn't anyone from your political leadership in Karnataka say, yes, we were negligent, we made a mistake, we made a big mistake? Why can't any of them admit to the fact that they allowed a function of this magnitude to take place without police permission?
So that is why today we see that the police have been, a person of commissioner's standing has been suspended. Now we cannot take.
And what happens to the Home Minister? The Home Minister
we
will
cannot-
continue. The Home Minister has no responsibility, no accountability.
So the buck must stop there. You cannot
Okay.
keep saying why the Home Minister is not resigning, because the Home Minister about this entire show is why today the Commissioner of Police is under suspension. Prima facie inquiry has to
Okay.
be held. There is now a judicial commission of inquiry held. Let them decide whether the Home Minister was in the know of these things. Now let us not, we are here jumping the gun. We cannot just
Okay.
keep,
Okay, I'm going to leave
pleasing
it
these
there.
masses by making this noise.
Sir, I'm going to leave it there. I know this is a contentious issue, but I think the people of Bengaluru have every reason to get all the answers. You've given us part of the chronology, and I appreciate that. I have absolutely, my only question will remain in our system.
Let me just
someone-
add to this.
Yes.
As Madam said, she spoke very rightly, that if you are looking at probity in public life at the levels where any kind of accident, any kind of disaster, any kind of mishap must lead to the political resignation of political executive, then Pulwama must have resulted in resignations of several ministers in the central government. So therefore, let us not get into an area which is
I-
non-existent in the system.
I don't want to
Now,
get.
right
I
now,
don't want to get it tonight. I do not want to get into whataboutery. But you have raised valid issues. I have raised valid questions, I believe, and I leave it to the people of Bengaluru and the country to decide when someone should resign, taking accountability. What is that moment when a political leader in this country will say "Mia culpa"? Lal Bahadur Shastri resigned after a railway accident in 1956, but that was 1956. We are in 2025. No one in our political class resigns. Let me leave it at that. I appreciate my guests, though, joining us and raising several valid concerns on the show tonight. Thank you so much.